group chat. Welcome back to another episode of Creatively Speaking. We are so excited to have you here with us. I am one of your grateful hosts, Cook in the building, multidisciplinary storyteller.
Hey, it's Kadeja, aka K Ligg, back with another episode of Creatively Speaking.
And we have a missing chair today.
Yeah.
You know, our brother J-Law, man, he's no longer with us.
Okay, all right. Gotta chill. Got to chill. He's busy.
For sure.
I know he just launched the mural, and I'm sure like the summer and the springtime is here, so we're picking up things. Same with me. Like, we're super busy creative people. So
let me tell you something. It is a collective. I mean, honestly, I love it because you can see like the dedication in the team. Like, we're trying to figure this out and navigating all the changes. But it is mural season.
Yeah.
J-Law is active. In fact, if you check out his YouTube channel, you'll be able to actually see he just did a 60-foot mural, and he's doing like day by day the process.
I love that.
Yo,
that's all the dedication to and the forethought to record every day of this process. I think it's an inspiration for me. Yeah.
And the angles, like the shots that he has, that brother's got a
drone
budget.
Footage. Yeah,
that
I mean, he has a network.
That's it.
He has
Talk
a network
about it.
because I'm sure, is it Ime?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the drone footage that he got, but I do know like he has friends in his pocket that can come and pull up and help and shoot some stuff. So
yeah. So shout outs to Law. You know, we're gonna hold it down for him for episode or two. You know, make sure he good and get back to it collectively.
Yeah, he'll be
but
back very soon.
With that said, how have you been?
I've been good, friend. Yeah, life has been lifing. I feel like I can't say no to things, and I feel like I'm in a season where I'm getting checks, which is great, the invoices and the things, but it's like, okay, what's too much? And I'll figure it out. For now, I'm like drinking from a fire hydrant, but it's good because entrepreneurship, I feel like, has ebbs and flows. Like some weeks really, I'm like, okay, I have nothing to do. And then next week I'm like super, super busy. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of like that, you know, what has been, I mean, honestly, what's been like your system that you set up to keep you cue the what do you mean system?
Right.
But like, you know, one, how are you balancing like, you know, the what you take on? Because I know a couple months back we were talking about like just the imbalance of certain opportunities and things. So how are you realigning those?
I feel like a lot of it is systems. Like a lot of it is like, okay, what system am I using? Be it Trello, be it what's another platform, you know, Asana or something like that, kind of streamlining my thoughts and like my project management tool specifically. And then a lot of it is understanding that some things I just have to create in the moment. Like I can't pre-plan to death some of the things. Like that's not how my creativity works. And then I'm also looking at, okay, if you're going to have 5 to 7 social media clients, you probably need to invest in a scheduling tool. Like understanding that I may be at that level that I need to begin purchasing tools that could really be effective. Like I might be at that space where, okay, we've grown and maybe you do need an assistant. Maybe you do need somebody full-time helping you with these things. Like, I think we're at that place.
Nah, I love that. And I also love like the timeline you gave it, right? It's like, hey, before I'm over investing in anything that I don't necessarily need, because oftentimes we do jump out there like, oh, I need to purchase this. I need to get this. I got to have this. You know, you realize what system worked for you. And now it's, okay, invest in this vertical here versus like blowing the budget off.
Just buying a whole bunch of things. Yeah, I'm not that girl. But I'm also like the penny pinching budget person that I'm also like putting myself in a hole by not investing in these tools that may cost a subscription. You know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. I mean, I think, and I think that's a great. I'm glad that you're there, and I know we're going to dive a little bit more into our journey.
Say.
Like, you know, we are just getting started on this catch up because life, you know, there's a lot of updates. But for me, before we go too deep into it and can touch on it, it's definitely been a season of like, look at the work that God has look at what God's brought you through on his own, right? Like, so it's been like a lot of going back and looking at, you know, how did I get here? Like, you know, because to be honest, you know, from when we talk about my creative like nucleus and where I started to leveraging all the way to a corporate role and position, it's like no roadmap, just vibes. And so I'm finally like at a vibe check in life. And I think that's not only just giving me just some clarity on some things that we can talk about soon, but it's also giving me the freedom to be me again, so to speak. So
That's beautiful.
I find myself, encouraged by what's ahead, despite the mess that's going on. It's like, all right, like, God, this is when you take over the story. Like the past 5 years, it's like, hey, yeah, God, I trust you, but I'm also not letting go of the pen. I really need my life to look this way, and this is what I want to build. So it's like God's like, okay, we've tried it your way. This is what it's produced. Now let go and let me.
Okay.
And so like now I feel like I'm more in a let God lead situation. So I'm excited for what that brings.
So when you say that, how does that look? Because I think, like, does it look hands off? Like, okay, whatever happens, you're like just flowing with whatever opportunities come to you. Is it actively applying? Is it journaling what you want the next steps to be? Like, what does that look like? Is it doing nothing?
No,
I've been in that space.
It's proactive. You said
okay.
you're doing.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just be sitting like, okay, whatever opportunities come, it'll just
like,
pop
I've been
up
rocking
in my
with
door.
God for a minute.
Hey, I'm curious.
Sure. Yeah, no, I think for me it's been a combination of things. It's a combination of stillness and also pursuing like the relationship with God. Like, all right, like, you know what am I reading that confirms what I'm hearing, and working on discernment. Okay. Because, I am 100% I'll figure it out for whoever, and now I find myself in a space where I'm really limiting, like, I'm limiting what gets the light that God gives me. You know, like, I don't want to just pour into everybody and everything anymore.
Okay.
I want to get back. I'm dialing back and kind of realizing the value in what the community I've already built. Like, it's so much there, and just pouring into where I love and who I love and what that looks like around me.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I think it's also you say journaling, but it's finding like what is my like creative genetic that I tap into where I can be free like that. No, it's not attached to anything monetary. It's not attached to anything that's like beyond. I would say beyond like not my skill set, but it's not attached to business. Like, it's something I'm genuinely was given a gift about. Yeah, like my natural gifts and what I do. So
that's what you've been leaning into lately.
For sure. That, and just paying attention to what's happening also in this mixy season of things. Like, ooh, that doesn't sit right with my spirit.
Okay, so like, it seems like you're taking a slower approach to creativity versus the fast pace that you've been on in the past, maybe? And
I think, we talked about it, I think, and I appreciate how in the past, like, you shared where you were as a creative here on this platform. Like, I think I'm in the same place where you, like, let go of everything and see what holds on to you. Like, what is actually for me? Because I know if I'm proactive, all these things would want me a part of it.
Yeah.
But what really cares about where I'm going?
That's
and so it is letting go of a lot and adjusting. But, before we get deeper into that, let's catch up about this Black Women Marketers Conference.
Hey!
We both, the three of us, Law was there included. We just did the conference. First off, your POV and experience, if you don't mind, what was your thoughts?
First of all, I walked into the Amazon corporate office, loved the aesthetic, although like those people were tighter than TSA up in there, so I thought I was going to have to fight. But living in the DMV area and literally maybe 15, 20 minutes from the Amazon headquarters in Arlington, I had no idea that was there. Yeah. Like, of course, I run into a lot of, I think, what is it called, Ben?
Yeah, Black Employee Network.
Of women, of people, Black people that are employed in Amazon. So like they have the power, and I'm like, where are all these people working at? Yeah. And whenever I hear Amazon, I legit think about like warehouses, and I never think about the marketers, the business people that are working like behind the desk cubicle type vibe. So it was cool. It was a really amazing space. The branding of Black Women Marketers really got my full attention, and it's very vibey. I was busy that day, so I didn't get to be a part of some of the other things. Were you there for any other?
I did get there. I did get there earlier. I did jump in one or two, but I think for me it was like I was at a logistic standpoint of trying to make sure, like, all right, hey, where we at with the team? Like, what do we need to do? Because at the end of the day, I do think like people do look to me for answers amongst our group. Yeah. Like, Cook, what are we doing? So I think it was that, but I did pull up early and got a chance to just see all the actual, not only the aesthetics, but what they had offering for them in the time. And I will say, to your point, like, man, for your first conference to be at this headquarters,
very bougie, very nice,
beautiful,
very swanky.
Beautiful. Like, the branding was well placed throughout, whether it was the screens, whether it was the signage that they had throughout and the direction of it. I think to your point, like you look at what Amazon is, and clearly they got something going on that I don't know about. Like it's more than just packages being delivered.
Oh yeah,
the way I couldn't get through there.
Yeah,
it was like
I was like, y'all must got some top secrets up in here, and they said we do. Actually, it felt very, very high level Men in Black type stuff. Yeah.
Nah, for sure. Like I felt, hey, Agent M. I felt
Bezos,
like Agent M in there.
Bezos don't be playing.
Can't ask any questions. But as far as the actual conference itself, again, shout outs to Black women marketers and for the execution of it. Their main stage was gorgeous. They had like this kind of ballroom space that, again, ambiance, light, like all the things. And even down to their pre-promotion, like their website, everything was really clean leading up to the
shout out to the branding team or whoever
for sure.
was on that. Yeah.
Fast forward to our panel. I think it was shout outs to Crystal, friend of the pod, friend of the community, just friend, right? Like she was our moderator for the panel, and I mean she even kicked it off kind of just sowing the seed of, hey, like I've collaborated with everyone up here, so this conversation is from an authentic standpoint. And when you were able to actually have that kind of space, I felt like with us and the attendees, like it was like hey, like we kind of see what part of the journey you are in and having this conversation. So I think it was really dope.
Yeah.
I liked it. I definitely have yet to do a recap post, but that's only because like I have a horrible habit of never capturing my content out there.
Yeah, and honestly, like doing podcasting has made me have an affinity for photos, and like I really am trying to get back into the pictures of the event as well, because we already have like the long form of coverage of things. So yeah, that's just my little tidbit. I'm like, you ain't take no pictures?
I ain't take no pic. But then there's a picture of me drifted off into space looking. I mean, I am always like, okay, what's next in my head? So I do need to slow down some more. But I think I'm always trying to think about taking care of those around me. And I'm like, all right, what's like my brain is on protective mode. So one day I think I'll be at a space.
But that is the type of creative that you are.
For sure.
I feel like me being in marketing, I get the importance of capturing the event and how we can leverage it for future things. So I think like operating in your genius is what you're doing, like your logistics.
1,000%.
Right.
I appreciate you, friend.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think that really is like the significance of like when I think about me being more present as a creative, like finding that balance. I am I can be present and get back like, dang, I ain't got nothing from there. Or I can walk away with a whole reel that I'll never create either.
Right. So what is it about? Because you have the tools, obviously. You're sitting here with the Meta Ray-Ban glasses. You have the DJI. So what is it about? Is it like you hoard? And I'm sure a lot of people listening to this podcast can probably agree or feel you when it says like, I have so much content, but am I ever going to actually string it together to promote or like to share that with people? Or is it, what is that?
As you can see, I have all the gears that you can ask for.
And you actually use them. Some people have it and then they don't use it, but you actually record too.
I have it recorded and then dump them all on a hard drive and just let it be.
Yeah.
But I think that it is all in the season. So perfect transition to,
You're welcome.
conversations in life. I'm really at a pivotal point. So recently got let go of from my job. So I am 100% in this creative journey now. And with that, go ahead. You had a
I always like to ask like, you never know how to react for people when they say those things, like for me when I walked into the HR office and you feel the feels of, oh shit, this is about to be that conversation. I was like, oh thank God, and like got up, packed my shit, was like, oh God is working. I was so excited. And I've had that same feeling during COVID when of course, terrible time for people, but good things were happening for me.
For sure.
And I never know how to approach conversations because some people may not have that perspective. You know what I mean? So how did you feel when?
Nah, I think it was like one of those like long overdue thoughts.
The other shoe was going to fall eventually.
It was like when you're in a bad relationship and you should break up, but you don't want to be the one to break up, and you like, oh,
I'm glad you said it, girl.
I was thinking about that.
That's crazy. Okay, so similar feeling.
Similar feeling in that regard, where it's like, you know what, I should have been more proactive in this. But for me, I wanted to prove something before I left. And there was like some ththings in Q1 that I was like, this is my way to like show them before I go. Like, yo, this
You
is
really
the
lost
value in what I can do,
If
right?
we're going with the relationship one, that's kind of crazy. It's like, oh girl, yeah, that Valentine's Day, you gonna miss
Hey,
this.
you ain't gonna forget this Christmas.
That's funny.
This Christmas was the one.
Yeah.
But I think it is. Yeah, it's one of those like. It's one of those also like I do like the idea of what this relationship could look like, but you know, this is what I've done and this is what I've received, and it's like, hey, do you feel like you can come and meet me more along the way, or can we make something work out? And it's one of those, yeah, nah, like what you mean? Like you are not, you aren't who you think you are to them. But you know who you are to you, right? And I think that was the biggest thing that I'm leaving, where as things are happening and there's like a concern for what that looks like, I 100% is like, nah, this is where I own my story. I own my voice.
And so many people, especially in the creative space, stay in the space so long that they are now questioning their power. Because I know that's how I felt in my full-time role. I was in that abusive relationship with my overseer, and,
overseer is crazy.
It felt like, oh, am I not that girl? Like, oh, maybe I'm not that great at this, you know? And I started questioning, and that's when I realized, like, oh, I need to probably be thinking about getting up out of here.
The conversations that come on in those moments really make you feel like y'all don't really see me, like, and
the importance of seeing yourself, though, like, did you ever second guess yourself?
I didn't, only because I know what we've been doing as our own team. Like, it's like, man, like, we got nothing, but I feel so much here. Like, and when I say nothing, I mean, like, hey, we don't have, like, any, like, deal partnerships or, you know, revenue streams.
Because you've seen it on the other side of your job, like, how much money people do put behind the scenes.
And I've seen where it has gone, and I'm like, yo, a fraction of that will do numbers over here, but we're not, you know,
we don't have that.
We don't have
name.
that.
We don't have that budget.
So it's more one of those like, all right, you know what? Like the wings, like you can finally spread your wings. So to your point, I found myself like having a couple of days where I'm like, oh God, we locked in. Like this is about to be great. I got a strategy plan. The team is just amazing, and you know, this is now. I have the capacity to step into the role that I've been needed to step into over here for a long time. That I just couldn't, right? Just because of capacity. But then it's like that process that's going. And again, some things in time will clear up that, but and on a different format. But you know what I really took from it is, yo, you keep feeling like almost a shrunken version of yourself when you have these conversations here, but as soon as those conversations done, you go over here. So that's when I talk about the discernment with God. Like, yeah, like I don't want to say that I scripted my life to that part, but I scripted this creative corporate role that God was like, all right, you see what that got you, right? All right.
So you're saying like you willed yourself into that space.
In a sense, and I would say that in a way where it's like, hey, yeah, God still has been guiding me and making sure like I'm good throughout it. But, you know, I almost felt like that was a necessity. Like, yo, I need to get this. I need to keep a job. I need to have my own place, all these things. And, you know, the way that things worked out, like I kind of almost transitioned to back where, honestly, reset it to 2020 and like start from there. I was like, all right, now let me try again. Like, let me do it with the knowledge that I have and with the skill sets that I have. So it was it's a dang, like where that money gonna come from? But it's like, nah, I'm worth way more. Like, and I can do this and get this off. So like the plays come together. I've been inspired by like just myself. One of the biggest things that I've been doing recently has been listening to just old music that I've made. And really like, oh wow, you've lived this journey in one way or another. Like you really do, you do have something. You do know what it takes to be a creative that's creating out of survival mode, just trying to get by, versus a creative who has resources and have executed. So now what does that look like to help guide someone else from A to B, or you know what that looks like. So it's a good timeline. You know, cool. I like where I'm at, but I will say this is a season where I am tapped back into my actual community that's supportive of me, that cares about what we have going on and some of the things that we got lined up. So one of the things I was able to do, of course, shout out to movement and the space that we're in. But I pulled up on Anwan and one of the basement R&B block parties that they had at the bullpen. And I was like, yo, let me just get back in the field again. Like if I got to hustle, what does my hustle look like, and you know, just reestablishing
Love a good
relationships.
hustle.
I'm looking to expand CTLN's Patreon and my journey personally as Marcus and who's God's molded me to be. I'm gonna have that in like a part of a subscription, and then I'm gonna treat Cook like the creative artist that he's always been. Like, you know, that is somebody who everybody and their mom can't get a repost from me anymore. Like, I took what Ahmad said seriously. Like, you know, those are your references, those are your referrals and what you represent.
Oh yeah, we did say
and
that.
so like I'm starting to leverage the value of the brand of Cook more instead of just giving it away to everyone to access and use. So I think those
so
are
you're building
changes.
your personal brand.
Yeah, rebuilding, like honestly applying what I've learned from corporate and the creative to build my personal brand.
I
so
love it.
I'm gonna see how this looks.
Personal brand.
You know?
Dope. Good
But
job.
thank you.
Enjoy this time is what, if I could give any advice to someone who got laid off, exploring personal branding and trying to monetize and, you know, keep myself afloat.
Yeah.
Enjoy the time and in each season and take it. If you could go out and find another job or what, just don't rush it.
For
I
sure.
feel like a lot of us, especially in the grind culture that it is, like, take the time, especially if you have like the space and the flexibility to do it. Like, take the time that you need.
No, I appreciate that. Thank
You're
you. Thank
welcome.
you. But you know, that's my end of it. But what's up? I hear there's life
Yeah,
changes
y'all.
all around.
So speaking of taking time, I have officially signed an offer letter. The girl who has been an entrepreneur for the past year has signed an offer letter and still doing freelance work. So I still consider myself an entrepreneur, but I am going back into the workforce, which is absolutely crazy. I am working as a social media manager for a pet adoption or pet rescue as well agency, and we're located in the DMV. So if you're looking for a dog or a cat, hit me up.
See, funny enough, I was like before I got let go. So like,
Yeah,
like,
don't
God,
do it.
God,
I honestly, I probably would be the spokesperson for people not to do it. So I might have to make
To
sure
be
I need to
telling their
reread this.
story.
Right. Like, come
Hey.
get these dogs, but really think about it before you commit yourself.
First
to
and
that.
foremost, congratulations.
Thank
because
you.
you know, I think that, I mean, honestly, to your point of still being an entrepreneur, I mean, it's like another client that's just consistent.
That's all. That is really all it is. I'm getting the benefits. I'm getting
Yeah.
the 401k. Like, I have lived a life of, and of course, like, you can go, thank God for Obama. You can go get some insurance, y'all, but I've been roughing it. I've been thugging it. I've been, you know, invoicing it. And then I looked up and it's been a year without health insurance. So I'm just like, you know, maybe I should go back. And I'm really looking to like grind, really looking to stack some coins. So yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, well, one, great opportunity to find. Like, I
you.
mean, pet rescues, you know, get to see the
Yeah,
animals and all. I
yeah.
did see some of your story posts. I was
Yeah,
like,
see,
oh,
the puppies,
I
you're so
almost-
cute. Yeah, and I love dogs, so it aligns and all anything
what's
that.
your dog's name?
Her name is Bo.
Bo.
Insert a picture of Bo here. She's a small Yorkie, and she is the best thing that ever happened to me. But I've grown up with dogs, so
Yeah,
it's kind of
yeah.
like I'm comfortable around dogs. But they have big dogs, small dogs, all types of puppies too. But what was I gonna say?
Sorry, because I was gonna.
Yeah,
go
you
wrong with that.
started talking about my dog. Wait, what were you talking
No,
about?
you were talking about, okay, so just the opportunity, you know, one, 401k and having health
Yeah,
insurance. That's, I
yeah.
mean, that's major. That was something that for me, like, I mean,
Was
look, I was
important.
able to start to get braces, like,
Yeah.
and to be honest, that's something that was long overdue, but also something that, you know, I was grateful for the job for. But then I
Exactly.
also, you know, they changed their health insurance, so like all
Damn,
these
so now
things
you
start.
coming out of pocket.
But the
Well,
funny
you
thing
gotta
is,
talk about it.
all that was happening prior to me, like, no longer being there. Like, I had
Yeah.
to take over because they switched dental insurances, so, like, the policy wouldn't transfer. So it was,
That's a
like,
lot.
so much was transitioning already.
Mm.
Even me moving back home, like, everything kind of happened in the timeline that was supposed to. So,
Yeah.
love that you're taking that opportunity.
Thank you.
I don't know if you want to shout out the space now or at some other time.
There's
and
some other times.
yeah, but,
I gotta reread my NDA, y'all. Sorry. But
that,
yeah.
hey, yeah, don't get fired on your first day.
I know. Don't get fired on my day off. But
sure.
I still have my freelance clients.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be busier. So working full time, and it's been a transition. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't realized just how much I have really designed my life and my schedule to be this free and flexible. And I love it, and I do value that. So I had to come to terms with, okay, that is shifting. Like, that was a season of your life, and now you're going back into the workforce, and you've done it before. But it was anxiety inducing, like realizing like, oh, wow, I may not have that freedom at Tuesday at 2:00 to go hit up somebody and go to brunch like in the middle of the day. Like that's not the vibes no more.
Nah, I mean, I as you're talking about it, like I'm just thinking it's almost like really life does come in like almost like motion picture moments where it's like, all right, this is like the finale of like this version of it, right? But it's like now a new film starts, a new film beginning. So is there anything you're looking forward to in this?
Definitely looking forward to being the expert.
Ooh.
I feel like and it's a lot of things I want to unpack about this actual opportunity because just being the expert in the room and so many of my other jobs, because I've only been in digital marketing for 2 full-time roles. So the first one was when I went with Planned Parenthood. I have no degree in digital marketing or social media or anything like that. My degree is in human services. So everything that I've done in my portfolio that I built, I kind of bootstrapped it, and people just had to believe that I could do it.
Yeah.
So I did that for Planned Parenthood, and then I moved into my role when I came to the DMV in an even more corporate grant-making space with women's reproductive health still. And I was never, or I felt for myself, I was never the expert. I won't even put it on other people, like, because obviously they hired me as the manager, like I should be managing these things. It wasn't until I spent the past year as myself freelancing that I've given myself the authority. Like, and when I went to interview for that job, I knew it was mine because I knew I could succeed in this space. And it was a complete 360 from how I walked into other interviews because I spent this year making the money for myself. So it wasn't a sense of scarcity or a sense of I need you, please hire me. It was like, y'all want this work or no? Like,
I got that. Like, you can get it stepped on, like, or you can get this real work that I got.
Hey, so the way I own the room, the way I I feel so confident in the role. Like, I'm so excited to see how I'm gonna step back into the workforce, being the authority figure and what I can do.
Yo, I love that so much, and especially because you have the power the entire time. You know, I think we often forget. I mean, this digital marketing era isn't like there hasn't been a career prior to it. Like there wasn't too many educational opportunities, so it was our own experience, whether it be through social media that we've been on for a good amount of time, that has allowed us to know how to communicate in that space where you realize, yo, I'm actually that person in this space. Like people rock with me online and in real life too. So I think this is definitely gonna be a great opportunity. We'll unpack more in the Patreon version of our conversation.
The one without the NDA checks.
Right. But this is random when you were talking about your dog. Now that you're messing with dog, do you have aside from Bo?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite dog type? I'm just curious.
Do I have a favorite dog type? I do love Dachshunds. I think they're so cute. So like the hot dog dogs, like the long-haired ones are adorable. I have an affinity for pit bulls.
Really?
I do. I think they are so sweet. And like their big heads, they are so sweet, especially when they're well trained and like they're in a family home. I think they're amazing dogs, but they have a bad rep because of what people have put them through and like the bad rep they have. But those were the two I would say for sure. Yeah, what about you?
I can see you rocking with that for sure. I've always been an Akita person.
I don't know what type of dog that is.
So an Akita kind of is like a Japanese dog that kind of looks like a wolf. Very furry. I've had them like when I was younger.
Aww.
So I've always liked them because they did give me wolf-like vibes first and foremost. But they are the most intelligent dogs that I've ever came across. Like there used to be times my dad was in the military. He would wake up and take our dogs out at like 5 in the morning.
How many dogs did you have?
We had 2. We had a boy and a girl, had puppies, all these things. And then when my dad would go out or work on travel and my mom would get up, she'll let them know like, look, he not here. Don't bother me till like 7 or 8, right?
Okay.
And they would literally not come in, and then at 8 o'clock, like they would know to come up, let her know, hey, it's that time.
So were they I have this thing about dogs. Like, are they super disciplined, meaning like can take commands, or are they disciplined for your home? Because my dog, she has etiquette, but she will just do things that I'm allowed. Like that's the type of parent I am. I'm not like the military dog where you're gonna know.
Oh yeah, no, I was a military household, so I don't know if they really had a choice back then.
That's funny.
But I was trying to get a dog now. I'm thinking about like how do I want to be a parent and a dog parent, and I look at it like, yo, I want my dog to like, yo, enjoy life.
Yeah, be
like,
chilling.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, look, hey, bother nobody. You know what I mean? Just let them live. But that's also why I probably wanted like a smaller dog. So I was looking at a Shiba Inu because they look like the same type of dog.
Okay, like
but
the smaller version with the little curly
yeah,
tail.
I was looking for that because I was like, also I want a dog I could travel with because that's important because that's costs.
Exactly why I tell people not to get a dog. Like if you, the way I need to like make sure somebody else can take Bo and that she doesn't have anxiety when I'm gone, because I don't know if I'm the emotional support for her or if it's vice versa, because we have a mutual attachment to one another.
Aww.
So yeah.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, no, I was just curious since you're in that space now.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, if y'all do come across any key to holla at your boy. But nah, I need to. But beyond that, other things happening. You know,
what other things are happening?
I'm so excited. Last year, you and I had the opportunity to go down to Cousinz Fest.
Cousinz Fest is coming back. Okay,
We
first
need
of all, am I doing it or are you doing it?
I think we both kind of killed that one. You can
yes,
do it.
it is. Yes, it is.
Do you want to talk about a Cousinz Fest intro?
Sure. I love festivals. I am indeed a festival girly. And Cousinz Fest is the iteration. I feel like, is it King Push? Is Pusha T behind the mind of this? Yes. He is one of the minds behind Cousinz Fest. It's located in the 757 right at the Norfolk Scope. I went to ODU, so this is really like the home team. Last year they had Larry June and Erykah Badu. This year, though, it's
a lineup. It's a lineup.
Tell the people about the lineup.
All right. So first off, shout outs to Push, shout outs to Antonio and family, and the entire Cousinz team, and shout outs to Steph, friend of the pod. They have. Should I go key person down or should we? Okay. So first and foremost, we got Jeezy.
Yeah.
For the special 20th anniversary performance of TM 101.
PSTR. He's a trap star. Sorry.
I see what you did there. I was spelling in my head. Oh, dang, that's what we need law for. They have Jeezy, T-Pain, Lil' Kim.
Hold on. We need to pause for T-Pain.
Yeah, I did.
I need people to put, that's the person I'm excited about.
Yo, T-Pain's catalog is crazy.
T-Pain is an amazing performer. Amazing.
I haven't seen him live.
I've seen T-Pain live, y'all, and it changed my life. It was the funnest concert. And I'm a concert girly. Hands down the funnest concert I've ever been to.
Oh,
a
that's
blast.
That's saying something.
A blast.
And I honestly, I am that's first off from Jeezy to T-Pain. Can I tell you, I don't know what energy I'm gonna have.
Yeah,
I don't know who I'm gonna be.
They definitely hit a lot of energy.
I don't know who I'm gonna be when this festival comes on, because I know I'm ready. I might have to go find me a snowman shirt just for the Jeezy part. But T-Pain, to your point,
bring the energy.
And I got a lot of T-Pain records I'm ready to sing. So there's Jeezy, T-Pain,
Lil' Kim,
then Queen B, Lil' Kim.
Mm-hmm.
I can say Queen B still, right?
Yes, you can.
Because I know, all right.
You know, the girls will come at you, though.
Hey, look, respectfully.
The pink ones.
I knew this Queen B first.
Okay. Oh, you talking about Beyonce?
Yeah,
okay,
I was
talking about Nicki Minaj, but but anyway.
I mean, I guess the Queen does get distributed.
Okay, we need to focus. Sorry.
This is a lot. And then there's the DJ sets. You got DJ Clue, DJ Envy, Izzy the DJ. They also have the house DJ Diamond Cuts in the building.
Ooh.
DJ Diamond Cuts, can't wait for her. And this is hosted by Chico Bean and Dominique the Diva.
Okay.
So first off, shout outs to Cousinz for touching a lot of audiences here. And they also have the Stormy Blue food truck experience. So again, this is an indoor-outdoor experience. So be prepared to be outside. I know it was a little toasty last year, but it was also a great
blast.
Time. It was a great time. Also, who killed? What's his name? Had a DJ set that went crazy.
Oh, you said JD?
Jay Murphy. Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jermaine Dupri.
Dang,
that was a good time too.
Wow, they had some a lineup, and so the daytime you're outside kind of block party vibes, like the R&B block party, food trucks, merchandise, and then inside you get the actual performance and concert.
So I'm assuming Lil' Kim is performing inside as well as T-Pain and Jeezy.
I can't wait. I don't even know
I'm so excited.
This is a full day event, right? And so shout outs to the entire team. I'm excited for this lineup. This is taking place on August 30th because we said everything but the date for people.
My bad, y'all.
I realized I didn't either. August 30th, 2025. And I'm really excited about this. So in terms of, we can also insert mad clips from last year to get the people going.
Yeah.
But in terms of being ready for this, one, honestly, besides just being excited to go there, anything else you're looking for?
I do hope that they have more activations this year. I feel like you could do a lot with the Cousinz play, and I would be interested to see what else they have, because we had the opportunity to go down in like the VIP and like artist area, and they had it set up kind of like grandma's living room, and I would love to see how they can expand that to Gen Pop.
For sure. And I think that's hopefully like when you look at sponsors this year, like you take that like, hey, we can do this bigger.
What else
like
can we
like
do?
we can go further with this. And one thing I want to say, their marketing team last year and this year, I'm so interested to see what it's like. They had the family photo pictures of the whole entire staff and team leading up to the event. Like, it does give you everybody from the kids to grandma can come out and have some sort of vibe.
Yeah,
like,
shout
and setting.
out to the marketing team though. I love the promo that they put out. Was that yesterday? And then I still love the branding. So yeah, I'm just really excited about the rollout and the marketing on social media, because that's my thing. So,
we got to get like between now and then. I don't know if it's like a virtual call in from the Cousinz to get them to talk to us, or get someone to pull up if they hear in the DMV.
We made connections with the branding and marketing folks.
We did. So
if
we'll
you would like
tuned.
to hear festival marketing, drop an emoji or something in the comments so we can do that.
For sure. Outside of that, friend, this episode, anything else in your heart and mind and spirit?
No. I will say, have you seen Instagram dropped? Oh, maybe that'll be my resource. I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh, okay. I ain't gonna say it. Okay, all right, bet. Well, then drop your resource. Tell the streets.
Y'all. So resources. This is the part of the show where we share something that you can put in your toolbox, something to take out into the creative world so that you can execute. I am going to say that I don't know if it's a resource, but I am interested to see it used, because it just dropped today at the time of this recording. But Instagram just dropped edits. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are creating their own platform, similar to CapCut, similar to TikTok in-app feature, because Instagram's in-app editing tool is trash, but that's another story. But I took a look at it on the way here, and what I love about it is not only can you edit your reels, they have a feed of inspiration that you can automatically pull audio from. We've had conversations about audio pulling. And also they have analytics straight into the app, so you can see your reach, your impressions, all from your reels specifically, and how many followers you're gaining from the reels. So it's really a game changer. It seems like Instagram, although for me personally, I feel like Instagram is not putting as much weight on reels lately. I feel like everybody's taking a hit on engagement. Carousels are really getting more traction, but maybe we'll see a switch as people are looking into this app. So check out reels. What is it called? What I keep forgetting. Edits. Yeah, let's call it that.
Yeah, no, that is also something else I think about for Instagram, like how they are trying to just own the entire social world. Like, honestly, I'm interested to see what edits looks like in comparison to CapCut, but Instagram, I would love chronological order back. Like, I just want you to be you.
Well, Meta and Mark Zuckerberg is down on the trial, for that exact thing of monopoly. Yeah.
Oh.
Because Trump sued them during his first term, and because Meta he has Instagram, Facebook, they have WhatsApp. It's just too many things.
I got the glasses on.
It's a lot. You're doing AI. It's like, okay, you're creating a monopoly, and they're trying to make him bust it up. So we'll see. Probably. I don't know at the time of this recording if that'll come out, but he finished testifying this week. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, well, shout outs to, Big Zuck.
Lord, no, I ain't shouting him out. He need to figure out.
Nah, he got to pay with the O too. But shout outs to edits. I'm definitely interested to check it out. My resource for the week is actually gonna be the Movement app.
Yes!
Shout outs to, again, the founding creator NY, but Movement app has a lot of resources for those of us here in the DMV that are looking from everything from events to articles, blogs. It's honestly like a cultural staple. So when you get the, where do you go in DC nightlife questions that pop up, I think this is an app that has also curated for that audience that's looking of 28 and older. I think that's the ones that's really advocating where do we go nowadays. So I wanted to shout out Movement app for our resource of the week. But with that said, Creative family, man, it's been great. We're gonna go wide camera, right? Had a blast this week. Thank you for another amazing episode of rocking out with us and all our changes. Shout outs to our brother Law. Miss you. Deuces.